Imagine for a moment what your life would look like if you truly believed in yourself. I'm not talking about a fleeting hope or a casual "I think I can." I'm talking about a deep, unshakable conviction that you are capable of far more than you've ever imagined. Every one of us carries a power within, a force waiting to be awakened, but most of us spend our lives doubting, hesitating, and letting fear define our limits. Today, I want you to feel something inside you, a spark, a whisper that says, "I can, I will, I am enough." Because here's the truth. The world doesn't hand out opportunities to those who sit on the sidelines. It rewards those who stand tall, who step forward, and who trust in their own abilities even when the road is uncertain. The moment you start believing in yourself, something incredible happens. Doors that were once invisible start to open. Challenges that seemed impossible suddenly become opportunities. And that quiet voice inside you, the one you've been ignoring, becomes the loudest force guiding your life toward greatness. So I ask you, right here, right now, are you ready to unleash the power that's been waiting inside you all along? The potential that lies within each individual is truly limitless, often far beyond what we consciously recognize. Every human being is born with unique talents, strengths, and capabilities, yet most of us spend a significant part of our lives underestimating ourselves, assuming that what we see on the surface is all there is. But when you take a moment to look deeper, you realize that within you exists an untapped reservoir of creativity, resilience, and intelligence that can be channeled toward achieving remarkable outcomes. Believing in your potential is not just a feel-good notion, it is the foundation for action. When you recognize that you are capable of more than you think, your mindset shifts from one of limitation to one of possibility, and suddenly obstacles no longer feel insurmountable. This understanding transforms how you approach challenges, because instead of seeing difficulties as reasons to quit, you begin to see them as opportunities to grow and to stretch the boundaries of what you thought possible. Many of the world's most accomplished people did not reach success because they were the most talented. They reached it because they refused to let self-doubt define them. Every step forward begins with a recognition of your own inherent power. When you tap into this potential, you start to notice abilities and skills you may have overlooked or dismissed as insignificant. A person who once thought they could never inspire others or achieve a major goal begins to see that small steps taken consistently compound into meaningful results. This is why the concept of potential is so critical. It is both a promise and a challenge. It is a promise that you have within you the resources to overcome setbacks, learn, and evolve. It is a challenge because realizing it requires persistence, courage, and a willingness to act even when the path forward is unclear. Ignoring your potential or waiting for external validation only diminishes your opportunity to grow. Every choice you make, every risk you take, and every commitment you honor contributes to uncovering more of what you are capable of. Understanding that potential is limitless also shifts your perspective on failure. Failure is no longer a reflection of your worth, but a necessary part of exploration and growth, a signal that you are stretching towards something greater. It reminds you that the measure of your life is not in the absence of setbacks, but in your capacity to rise, adapt, and continue pursuing your highest capabilities. Recognizing and embracing your potential fuels confidence, determination, and resilience. It inspires action even in the face of uncertainty, and it is the starting point for creating a life that reflects the vast, untapped power that resides within you. Believing in yourself is the spark that ignites action, and without action, potential remains dormant. Self-belief is not simply a mindset. It is the driving force that propels you to take steps towards your goals, even when the path is uncertain or the outcome is unclear. When you trust in your abilities, you begin to see possibilities where others see obstacles, and you develop the courage to act despite fear, doubt, or hesitation. Every meaningful achievement in life starts with the decision to believe that you can make a difference, that your efforts matter, and that your contribution has value. This belief acts like fuel for your actions, creating momentum that builds upon itself with each step forward. People who lack self-belief often remain stuck in analysis, waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, or external validation. Yet life rewards those who take initiative, those who trust their instincts, and those who commit to progress over perfection. When you act from a place of self-belief, setbacks are reframed as lessons rather than failures, and obstacles become challenges to overcome rather than insurmountable barriers. This mindset creates a feedback loop. Action builds confidence, confidence reinforces belief, and belief motivates further action. The power of self-belief is also evident in the way it shapes your interactions with the world. When you believe in yourself, you communicate your commitment, your vision, and your competence to others, often inspiring them to support you or join your journey. Conversely, a lack of belief can undermine even the best ideas because hesitation and doubt are visible to those around you, limiting opportunities before they can even be realized. It is not arrogance or blind optimism that drives meaningful results, but a grounded understanding that you are capable of growth, learning, and adaptation. Each decision you make to trust yourself, to speak up, to take initiative, or to step into discomfort is a reinforcement of this belief, and over time, these decisions compound into significant progress and achievement. Self-belief transforms ordinary efforts into extraordinary outcomes because it gives you the courage to persevere when the odds are against you, the discipline to act consistently, and the resilience to continue despite setbacks. Action without belief is inconsistent and directionless, but belief without action is powerless. True results emerge when belief and action work together, creating a dynamic force that propels you toward your goals and expands your capacity to achieve more than you ever thought possible. Demonstrating that when you trust yourself, even the uncertain path becomes navigable and the seemingly impossible begins to feel attainable. Fear and doubt are natural parts of the human experience, but they only gain power when we underestimate our own capabilities. Believing in yourself is the antidote to these limiting forces, because confidence creates a shield that allows you to face challenges without being paralyzed by worry or uncertainty. When you trust in your own abilities, fear loses its grip, and you are able to step forward even in situations that once felt impossible. The root of most hesitation is a lack of belief in oneself, an internal voice that says, I can't, I'm not ready, or I don't deserve this. Yet when you consciously choose to affirm your capacity, you replace that voice with one that encourages action, experimentation, and perseverance. Overcoming fear is not about eliminating it completely. It is about recognizing that your inner strength and resilience are greater than any temporary doubt or discomfort you may feel. Every great achievement begins with someone confronting fear and taking action despite it, and this courage is born from self-belief. When you underestimate yourself, you allow fear to dictate your choices, which limits growth and prevents you from seizing opportunities that could change your life. Confidence transforms uncertainty into possibility. It empowers you to try, to fail, to learn, and to continue moving forward rather than retreating. Moreover, believing in yourself creates a sense of inner authority, a conviction that your decisions matter and that your contribution is valuable. This sense of empowerment allows you to act decisively rather than hesitating endlessly or seeking constant reassurance from others. When doubt arises, self-belief acts as a compass, guiding you through moments of uncertainty and helping you distinguish between real obstacles and imagined limitations. It allows you to take calculated risks, embrace challenges, and push beyond comfort zones that once felt restrictive. Fear, when confronted with belief, becomes a teacher rather than a jailer. Each time you face a fear or challenge with confidence, you expand your capacity, proving to yourself that you are capable of more than you imagine. This cycle of confronting fear, acting despite doubt, and learning from the experience strengthens resilience and fosters a deeper understanding of your own potential. Confidence does not make life free of difficulties, but it equips you with the mindset and courage to navigate them effectively. When you believe in yourself, fear transforms from a barrier into a signal that growth is happening, and doubt becomes an invitation to reaffirm your strength, demonstrating that courage is not the absence of fear, but the decision to trust your own abilities and move forward anyway. The way you perceive yourself directly shapes the reality you experience, because your mindset acts as a lens through which every situation, opportunity, and challenge is filtered. When you truly believe in your own abilities, you begin to see possibilities where others see limitations, and you naturally attract circumstances that align with your confidence and vision. Your thoughts about yourself are not just abstract ideas. They influence your actions, decisions, and interactions with the world, creating a ripple effect that can either empower or restrict your life. People with a strong belief in themselves approach life with a sense of ownership and responsibility, understanding that they have the capacity to influence outcomes rather than being at the mercy of external factors. This mindset fuels persistence, creativity, and resilience, allowing individuals to navigate setbacks and obstacles with a sense of control and purpose. Conversely, a lack of belief fosters hesitation, self-doubt, and inaction, creating a cycle where opportunities are missed and potential remains unfulfilled. The stories you tell yourself about who you are and what you are capable of directly impact your confidence, your choices, and ultimately the results you achieve. By cultivating a mindset rooted in self-belief, you set a foundation for consistent action and sustained progress. Every thought of "I can do this" or "I am capable" reinforces a neural pathway in your brain, strengthening your ability to act decisively and confidently when opportunities arise. This is why mindset is so powerful. It not only shapes perception, but also guides behavior, influencing how you respond to challenges, communicate with others, and pursue goals. When you adopt a perspective that emphasizes possibility rather than limitation, you create a self-fulfilling prophecy. The more you expect success from yourself, the more likely you are to achieve it. Furthermore, mindset affects emotional resilience, enabling you to recover from setbacks, manage stress, and maintain focus under pressure. Believing in yourself transforms obstacles into learning experiences and failures into feedback, rather than sources of discouragement. This shift allows you to remain committed to your goals and maintain momentum even when circumstances are difficult or uncertain. Your mindset also shapes how others perceive you, as confidence and self-assurance inspire trust, respect, and collaboration. By nurturing a mindset grounded in belief, you create a life that reflects your true potential, harnessing the power of your thoughts to guide purposeful action, elevate your experiences, and align your daily choices with the vision of the person you know you can become. Every great achievement begins with small acts of belief, and these seemingly minor choices compound over time to create extraordinary momentum. Believing in yourself is not a one-time decision. It is a practice, a series of deliberate actions that reinforce your confidence and commitment to your goals. Each time you trust your instincts, speak up for yourself, or take a step outside your comfort zone, you are sending a signal to yourself that your abilities matter and that you are capable of more than you previously imagined. These small acts may seem insignificant in the moment, but their impact accumulates, shaping your mindset, behavior, and ultimately the trajectory of your life. Momentum builds when belief is paired with action, and even the smallest steps taken consistently have the power to transform challenges into opportunities and uncertainty into progress. People often underestimate the importance of incremental confidence, thinking that only bold, dramatic moves lead to success. Yet it is the daily decisions to trust yourself and your judgment that lay the foundation for long-term achievement. Each time you choose to act despite doubt, you reinforce the internal narrative that you are capable, resilient, and resourceful. This creates a self-reinforcing cycle. Belief inspires action, action strengthens belief, and belief motivates further action. Over time, this cycle becomes unstoppable, allowing you to tackle bigger goals, embrace more complex challenges, and reach levels of performance you once thought were out of reach. Small acts of belief also cultivate resilience because they teach you that setbacks are not permanent and that progress is a series of steps rather than a single giant leap. By consistently choosing to trust yourself, you learn to navigate obstacles with determination and flexibility, turning each difficulty into an opportunity to grow stronger and more capable. Additionally, these choices influence the way others perceive you, as confidence and self-assurance attract support, collaboration, and new opportunities. The cumulative effect of these daily commitments is profound. What begins as a quiet internal decision eventually manifests as tangible results, shaping your skills, your habits, and your overall life direction. Momentum is the key, because once you have it, your belief propels you forward with increasing speed and certainty, making the pursuit of even ambitious goals feel natural and attainable. The more consistently you choose to act from a place of self-belief, the more automatic this process becomes, embedding confidence and initiative into the fabric of your life, demonstrating that the simple, repeated choice to trust yourself creates a powerful chain reaction that amplifies your potential, expands your capabilities, and positions you to achieve outcomes that might once have seemed impossible.